Racing League. We are live for Season 7, Round 8, British Grand Prix. My name is British Pitbull. I'm joined by my fellow commentating colleague, Smilets Kyle.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. To, I presume, our European viewers. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Doing well. Doing well.
Lovely jubbly. Lovely. Today is a sprint qualifying session. Short qualifying session, 18 minutes. And then followed by a qualifying sprint race to determine the grid for the main race.
Indeed, it
should be a good one.
I hope it'll be a good one.
So we've already got 16 drivers in the lobby at the moment. We've got Ghost Fired Up, Forever Sin, Nassim, we got Robin West, we got Meme Weller 1, we got Lewis, Skills Virus, Apollo Aston, Evan Dalton, Herod, or Her 16 Rod, Jackson 55 F1, Chloe JG, Jake Marsh, Ram Tyler, Marino, VV, and Millsy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What qualifying session?
Indeed, qualifying sessions very much the
first
challenge.
Tires are on.
Very much the first difficult test already of the session.
Yeah.
On a very iconic
intermediate
circuit.
track. Is the oldest F1 circuit in Britain.
It was an old airfield, wasn't it?
Yes, it's displayed on the old World War II airfield.
Yeah, I've never actually been to Silverstone. Although I say that I've never been
neither.
I've only been to one racetrack, and that's Monza. Other than that, I've not been to any other racetrack.
I've never been to a single race. I want to. The one that I want to go to is Singapore. That's the one I want to go to. But
oh yeah, good, nice humidity over there.
Nice humidity, under the stars, the lights.
Funny enough, the next race in the actual F1 calendar.
Yes, this weekend.
Yeah. But we must focus our attention to the track right now, Silverstone.
Indeed, Ghost Fired Up on circuit at the moment in the AlphaTauri. So just go through Maggots and Beckett's.
Indeed, it is.
Try to keep that car in a straight line.
It's going to be very difficult.
Very greasy.
It's going to be very difficult to navigate through Maggots and Beckett's in the wet. It's not a very much high-speed corner. Should be relatively straightforward and dry, but in the wet, not so much.
But here he comes, Ghost Fired Up, coming up to the last couple of corners now. Final chicane.
He's going to start his lap here. Maybe a bit of wall spin as he's trying to fight the car. Oh, he's already sliding through that final corner. He's sliding through the final corner onto the Hamilton straight. He goes through turn 1. I think this is farm, if I'm not mistaken. Doesn't take a lot of curb there. Sliding through Abbey now. Again, in the dry, this is nothing, but in the wet, it's a whole difficult proposition. Anyway, this is the loop, I believe. This corner, turn 4. And onto Ancient, onto the Wellington straight, I believe, again sliding through the loop and onto the straight, and he slid off the track. He's going to hit the wall, but he's going to... The car's going to remain in one piece, thankfully. Luckily for him, he's going to have an... Thankfully for him, he's actually still in the session. But you can see him struggling. Even to start the lap, he was struggling. I guess the rear end, there's Lewis. Oh yeah, Lewis is a qualifying ban, so he's not going to be taking part in this session. But yeah, you can see Ghost Fired Up very much struggling there to keep the car on track. He's struggling with the rear end, so maybe he's running a dry setup. I'm not sure, but just shows you've got to take it extremely carefully. Extremely carefully. Especially on the opening laps.
Oh, Lewis is out already.
Yeah, but he had a qualifying ban, so he's not.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, no, that's not.
So that's why he's out. Anyway, let's see who goes on lap. We'll go.
Thank you for that contribution, babe. Appreciate it.
We'll go on board Robin. We'll go on board Robin in the Red Bull. He's going through Mags, Beckett, and Chapel now.
Managed to keep in the car in a straight line. 108.2, sector 2.
Indeed. We've got Stowe up ahead of him right now. Very interesting. It's an interesting right-hander, isn't it? It's the way it kind of just that kind of corner. It's very
validate there.
He's very lucky to validate. But I find Stowe to be a very open corner. Skills Virus is back 133.932. Evan with a 135.6 on soft tyres.
But Robin crosses the line and it's a 133.9.
I mean, Evan in the 135 was on soft tyres. This is very interesting. That's not a bad lap Tyler also on soft tyres, so I'm presuming.
Softs? Really?
I'm presuming the track is going to get a lot of drive from here because I mean he's not that far off. So
I mean the rain's still falling, but
the rain is still falling.
Oh, and that's round.
And that's Evan around.
Yeah, Evan's round.
If I'm not mistaken, I did see a Ferrari around. Let's see anyone else. I think I saw a Ferrari and an Aston also around. So drivers struggling at the moment to keep the car on track. So that makes Tyler's F on the softs even more impressive.
Yeah,
keeping it on track.
Coming around the final chicane on the intermediate tyres.
Oh, Tyler's round. So the
crosses the line, and it's a 1:36.3 for Ferguson
in the Williams.
In the Williams, indeed. Alpine of Apollo Aston has invalidated his lap time, so he will not be setting one. Jackson, purple sector 2.
Oh, the man second the championship.
Slow corner now. Yes,
he's second the championship. I think he's second the championship. Second in the championship.
Yes.
He should be anyway. I haven't uploaded.
When I checked, he was.
I haven't uploaded the most recent ones, but he's had quite a few third place finishes, which is sort of
He's
odd,
kept it consistent, and there he goes, a 1:34.5, just behind his teammate.
Indeed.
He's a 5 champion.
Indeed, he's a 5 champion. Oh, that's inflating a bit there.
Nassim, purple sector 1. This is his first time run.
Is coming into the pit lane, goes fired up, leaving the track on a set of soft tyres. Interesting, very interesting. Anyways, goes fired up, goes through cops. Oh, and he's invalidated. Nassim going through cops and invalidated. That is not ideal. Very easy mistake to make there.
Meanwhile, on the soft tyres, in the Mercedes, coming around the fast right-hander, where famously Lewis Hamilton and Verstappen had a collision.
Ah, yes, okay, that collision, 2021.
Yeah.
Very much.
Surprisingly enough, the soft tyres seem to be working for Meanwhile at the moment.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It's not.
I mean, they are slow. He's just done a 109.8 second sector.
Indeed, it's not the best. I think the soft tyres are going to be the best, but it's not too bad. If you can keep it on track, then it'll be fine, because the rain has definitely decreased in intensity since the actual start of the session.
Yeah.
So maybe the soft tyres is probably
He is keeping it in a straight line at the moment, so he's coming around the final corner now.
Although since the intermediates are fast, I'm kind of surprised he bothered to go out with softs already. I thought they would have waited.
5.8.
Indeed, got behind his fellow Irishman Evan there. There's Jake Marsh currently on a lap on the Inters. Got 3rd place last week in the Dutch Grand Prix. So Skills Virus,
3.8,
and he's crashed. Oh, he's crashed. He is crashed.
Oh no!
Just past the finish line, he's out of the session, and that is not ideal because it looks like the conditions will be improving. So that pole position is not going to last. Oh, I don't know how he crashed there, but he's out of the session.
Indeed.
Jake Marsh, 34.5 doesn't improve. It improves his time, but not his position. There's a bit of a lag
the line, and he goes 6th fastest, 1:34.7. What's Ghost Fired Up going to do here? He's just going through sector 1.
So Tyler's gone out on a set of intermediates. So after second lap on the softs, he decided to go back on the inters. So very fascinating decision as to why he set a lap on the softs to begin with. However, I'm not the driver's at his tail on the Wellington.
No, that's an Alpha Romeo.
The Wellington straight. I don't know what's happened to him. Probably just lost the rear end and spun it into the side of the track. Anyway, let's go. Is Nassim going to finish? I know he's slowing down to let the Mercedes through. Or Mimi the one who's decided to still continue on.
Oh, Ghost Fired Up.
And Mimi the one has also spun. Well, catching everybody spinning, it seems. Even the one has also spun.
Indeed.
So
Chloe, only former female driver in Torpedo League at the moment. Doing really well this season. Keeping it nice and consistent.
But she's invalidated. She's on an out lap.
Well, she's on an out lap.
She's on an out lap. I thought she was actually on a. I thought she was on an actual lap and you would have cursed her. Because commentator cursing
really well
is what we do here. Here she is.
This season. Keeping it very consistent, getting some points for the team.
Yeah, it wasn't a great start. It wasn't a great start from Aston Martin, but they seemed to have
but she
picked up some good points.
Yeah,
in the last
Definitely,
races.
I agree. I agree.
You know, Evan actually finished on the podium, finished second last week, so...
Yeah.
There's Robin to the top of the timing sheets at 1:33.649. He was looking very good in Netherlands, but unfortunately a safety car incident cost him a shot at his first win, podium, you name it. So he'll be looking for retribution this time round. And I hope he gets it, because Robin is a very good driver. And I think I'd like to see him on the podium getting race wins. He's got a good chance here with Lewis, you know. Qualifying ban, skills virus out the session. And he looks faster than both the Ferrari, so a good chance for Robin to actually stick it on pole. That is Juan Hernandez in the Ferrari. Going off track there. I think Village that was. Is Village turned through? I don't know. I think it is. It has to be. Anyway, Jackson's going to cross the line and it's going to start a lap. Okay. Oh, Jay losing the car a little bit there, but he's gone purple in sector 2 apparently. So this should be enough to see him jump fellow countryman Jackson. Whether it'll be enough for him to get past Juan is also a possibility.
Chloe coming down through Magus Beckett's now. Keeping it consistent.
Jake is going to come through the final corner. Is it going to be an improvement? It is going to be an improvement. He goes up to P3 ahead of the Ferraris. Nice. A good lap there from Jake. Very good lap there from Jake. In the McLaren. Chloe's going through Stowe now. Careful not to invalidate, but she does.
Ooh, massive tank slapper there. Ooh,
she keeps it.
Good job for keeping that in a straight line.
Yeah, keeps it in a straight line.
Woofed. As Chloe comes around the final corner now, and she set a time of a 1:37.1. No doubt she's going to want to try and improve that.
I think she will improve that as you sort of get used to the track. You're gonna find you're gonna be able to push the limits more in every lap because the conditions look like they'll be consistently improving as I Seb facing the wrong way on the Wellington straight.
So Nassim coming down the Hanger Straight. I think this is the Hanger Straight, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, it is the Hanger Straight, yeah.
Yeah. Now through Stoke.
I want to say the Hanger Straight's the widest point of the whole track, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it is. It's not. I mean, so it's not. I mean, you can go too wide. It's not the most widest track.
Oh, Nassim blocked down coming out of that corner there. And he goes across the line, he's 8th, 1:35.0.
It is enough to see him in P8, as you've only got not long left in the session as Jackson is on an invalidated lap. And that is Chloe has crashed that Copse corner.
Oh no.
And that is Seb in the gravel at Copse corner. What did Chloe crash? Oh, she crashed there, you can see on board Seb's car. So Chloe's out the session. So that's 2 drivers who've crashed. Terminally, that is.
Yeah. In
this session so far, and they're at pretty much opposite ends of the timing
Apollo
screen
Aston
right now.
Has invalidated his lap time out of. He's going to have to go around again.
Indeed, as
That's got enough fuel in the car. That is
coming out and out lap, so it looks like softs are not going to be the tyre, not going to be used at all in this session as well.
Oh, you saw that then, didn't you?
That was a very good save.
Very saved.
Very good save. That was very well saved. very well saved. Jackson is not on a lap. Teo is invalidated. Evans is invalidated. Tyler's on a lap. Is he on a lap? No, he's not on a lap. He's on an out lap. Oh, he's not on a push lap. Okay. The seam's not even on a push lap. No one's on a push lap, really. Pain. Okay, alright.
Yeah. Grant Tyler's coming around the final corner now to start a full-time run now in the McLaren.
Not sure how long there's left to go in the session. Just got with the yellow flag symbol to get out of the way.
55.
3 minutes 55 rest of the session. That's really maybe like 2-3 more laps if you're already on track. So
2 laps at a push.
Yeah, 2 laps out of push. Oh, it's 1 minute. So it's like 3 minutes for 2 laps. I think. Yeah, Tyler maybe. 2
Jake
more laps.
Probably.
Oh, Tyler.
Just about getting 2.
Bit of a squirry rear end there as he's goes through Aintree. Again, 7.5 tenths up. Ready to go through Brooklands. He does Brooklands takes it very perfectly. I think this is Luffield wide out. Yeah, slow in, fast out sort of entry there. I believe.
Exactly.
So, is he coming up through this little straight here? I'm not sure what to call it. Let's go through
Yeah,
Cops Corner, 6th gear again. A lot easier in the drive, but in the way you got to take absolutely. You'll be very cautious there, not to sort of crash or spin out. But he's done so far. Maggots and Beckett's looking good. Then Chapel 2 takes the curve. He's going to use a lot of the curve on the outside as well, which turns a bit inside pretty much. And he's 7.5 tenths up. So this will probably see him into P3 ahead of his teammate, unless he can find some more time in the final sector. Again through Stowe.
Looks a bit slow going into Stowe corner though.
Using a lot of the exit curve. Now coming through this Vale, I think.
Yeah.
And then it's going to club whatever. It's one of the
final corner down the Hamilton straight.
And it's going to be 133.9, and yeah, as I said,
done.
it'll probably be enough to put him up ahead of his teammate. And he's going to go for another push-up. I think he's just about going to have enough ERS. He's got a Haas coming out ahead of him, so hopefully the Haas gets out of the way, and he does.
Ooh, lovely jubbly.
And Jake Marsh, his teammate behind him, is going to start a lap 2. As I believe that is that Aston jumping up into P12, or maybe I think it was. Missed it.
Yes, he did.
Anyway, Jake is on a lap, going through Farm and then Abbey. Again, easy in the drive on the way as a whole. Another proposition through Village. I think the Alpine there gets out of his way. Now onto the loop. And Aintree. Very nice to know. It's actually nice to know corner names for once. Usually when I go to historical tracks, I'm terrible with corner names, but it's nice to know that I actually know the corner names. I think, unless someone will correct me saying I'm an idiot, probably. But Jake actually currently up on his time, so this could see him potentially go back ahead of his teammate, who's also on a lap now. As he goes through Maggots and Beckett's. Now is Tyler improving? Well, whatever. See in just a second. No, he's down this time. So see Jake going through Cop's corner. He took in 7th gear. I think if I remember correctly, Tyler took in 6th. So a bit of a contrasting.
Some drivers do take it in 7th. Some drivers do actually go flat out. But
so I don't think it's possible to go flat out in these generations.
Oh, it is. Is
it?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I've done it.
Fair enough. Jake seems to have lost time there in sector 2. He's still up, but it's not going to be enough to challenge his teammate for P3. His team is actually going to cross the line now for one final lap. So Jake will have one more lap after this. Pretty much everyone's going to have one more lap to be able to improve. There's only 40 seconds left to go in the session. He's got a bit of a car park ahead of him, but I think he'll just about be okay as a Ferrari very gracefully gets out of his way there. Very nice from the Ferrari. Is Jake going to cross the line, improves, but he doesn't move up a spot, and that was Roy Jackson getting out of his way. That was very gracious, as Teo is up by 4.5 tenths.
Herod is up by 1/10 at the moment.
Oh, Teo needs to be through the final corner. It's going to cost him some time, but it's enough to see him in P4. That could have been P3 if he didn't lose that there on the final corner. As Tyler's also up on his time.
Oh, the season champion is purple sector 2.
And Robin is in the pits and he's retired, so he can't improve anymore.
Nope.
That's 1 and 2 sort of done. And who's in that? Did someone crash? That looked like an Alpha Taro. Ghost fired up. It was Ghost fired up, and he's out of the session.
So Herod coming round the final couple of corners now.
Indeed.
Round the last one.
And where's he going to go? Up into P3.
Oh,
but Tyler is purple in sector 2, so this is not all over yet. Could be
Jackson
seeing him
just
jump.
coming through Maggots and Beckett's now.
And he could be jumped by sort of Tyler, maybe Teo and Jake as well. The session is moving 1 in P9 as well, so he's not going to improve. Tyler's going to come around the final couple of corners. Where will this put him? Will it be enough to see him on pole position? He's going to lose the rear end here as he's going to spin through the final corner, and he doesn't improve, and that's going to cost him a potential P3, P2, whatever. Teo is not going to improve. Let's see go on board with Jake.
That's a massive tank slapper coming out of Stowe.
As Jake in the McLaren is going to come through the final corner, what's it going to be? Is he going to get ahead of his teammate? Yes, he does. P2 for Jake. And Jackson is going to stay in P7.
Does improve, but he doesn't improve that much.
Evan has invalidated. Teo
Everson coming round the final corner. He is up on his time.
But it's not going to be enough, and he stays in P11.
Does improve by 3.5 tenths. Apollo Aston has invalidated, so he's not going to improve. So that is it. That is your qualifying done.
And that is Robin on a very, not surprising. I mean, a surprising pole position, maybe. I certainly wouldn't have predicted him to get pole position, but fair play to him.
Yeah. That was a good qualifying session, that was.
A very good qualifying session, a good
That was
test.
very enjoyable. There you have it, Robin on pole position, Jake Marsh in a solid second. Great qualifying session for Jake Marsh there. Skills Virus crashed out early on in qualifying and it starts in third. Herod, Season 5 champion, starts in fourth. Tyler in fifth. Marino in sixth. Jackson 7th. Dalton in 8th. Meanwhile in 9th. Nassim in 10th. Foreverson 11th. Apollo Aston 12th. Millsy in 13th. Chloe in 14th. Goes fired up in 15th. And Lewis with the qualifying ban will start at the back in 15th.
So what? I think half of the grid are British drivers, and none of them got pole position.
Not being biased.
Not being biased, just pointing out a fact. Interesting. So we have a sprint race, so this should hopefully be exciting.
Sunshine!
Sunshine. The good old British weather. Never know what you're gonna get. I don't even know what the. Unfortunately, the only bad thing about being commentators is that we don't get to see what the weather forecast is.
No, it's a bit rubbish, to be honest.
Which is a bit.
We should be allowed to.
I agree.
So as the drivers will sort their tyre strategies out, I think most of them are going on to the mediums. No one's going to opt for the hards. But obviously due to the sprint race, obviously there's not going to be any pit stops. I don't think anyone's going to opt for the softs.
No, I think maybe someone who's at the back could be potentially going for the softs to get a good launch. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. So the formation lap is off and away.
No, everyone is on mediums.
Oh, and someone's spun on the start already.
That looked like Lewis. It looked like it was Lewis. So
yeah, everyone is on the mediums, as you can see by the graphic there. Yellow rolled tyres, medium, compound. Thank you, Chocobo, thank you so much. Hi Sora, how are we? I know, bots. Typical.
Thankfully I don't get bots on the Food League stream. Well, not yet anyway.
Appreciate you getting, thank you so much. Thank you.
So it looks like
Robin going around the circuit now, just warming up the tyres.
Having gathered some intel, I think both races are going to be dry, so this should be interesting. Very interesting. Dry pace, of course, is going to be very. Dry race will be a lot different to wet pace as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's going to be very.
Most of the drivers would have probably had the dry setup already already on the car.
Indeed, I think everyone would have gone for the dry setup. So
thank you for those 100 BTs, Kitten. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, baby, for doing the shout outs. Sorry.
No, that's fine. So anyway, that's pretty much everyone sped through this formation. It was gone by like a flash.
Hold on a minute, Kyle. I don't think my chat can hear the game sound. One sec.
Okay, alright. Right. Okay, so there's a Ferrari in the gravel. That is Juan Hernandez. You know, I was going to make a joke, but we're going to remain professional. We're not going to call him any names. We are a professional stream. Okay, right. Anyway, so everyone's lining up for the start, and that is Seb, just currently who we're waiting for. We've got a few disqualifications, so they're already going to be hamstrung by having to start further from the back, as we've got 5 lights. Nope, the 5 lights are going out now.
Revs are up and the lights out and away we go, and Robin gets a blinder of a start. Absolute blinder
Jake with
of
a bit of wheel spin there, he's hit the wall. I don't know if he's got any wing damage, and that is... Oh, and there's contact, and that is Trevor Sidden one out of the session.
already.
And there's already
Safety
a safety
car.
car, and that is Jackson with a 3-second time with a corner cutting. Tyler and Juan Hernandez battling for what is P2 and P3.
Oof.
Oh, 5-second penalties are just being thrown everywhere right now. Don't know what happened between Min 1 and Ferguson, but I don't think they're going to be too happy with that. That is 5-second penalties. That can be removed. If anyone's watching, they can be removed. That just looks a whole mess, to be honest. So yeah, I saw the start. I mean, Robin had a very good start as well as Juan. It looked like Jake, who we're on board with now. He suffered from a lot of wall spin. And consequently he's down in P7. I don't know if he got wing damage. I'm hoping he doesn't, just for the sake of the race. But he's going to be very disappointed with that. Very, very disappointed with that. And of course, Moon 1 and Freversin are both out of the session. I'll have to see what happened there. I missed that definitely, because Fergus on the front. But Robin will be, I'm sure Robin will be quite happy with that. As by the way, Lewis is up into P10, so Lewis should be also very happy with that. His qualifying ban, qualifying ban would have affected his championship hope just a little bit, but he's currently one position behind the guy in second. So Lewis is already in the money. That's Apollo Aston having to die for the pits after lap 1.
I honestly have no idea what is going on with my shit right now. Sorry,
and there it is. the one swell and everything.
But it's just not picking up any game sound, and I don't understand why. Because I haven't touched it since yesterday. You know, since I was streaming yesterday. And yesterday it was fine.
Yep, there's got Aston Jackson in the pits as well, going for soft tyres. Chloe also in the pits too. She's on another set of mediums, so it's not ideal, but she should be fine for the race anyway. So Robin's still in P1. He's got Juan Hernandez behind him.
I don't know what's going on, chat. I'm sorry. I honestly don't know what's going on.
Anyway, predict the pit stop strategy, 0 stops. That is the information that you get when you watch us. So, interesting starts for a couple of the drivers. Fernandez and Tyler making up 2 positions. You see losing 1. Lewis making up, Seb making up 6. So, then 2 of the real big winners, and Jake and Jackson really the big losers here. Jake losing 4, staying on the front row, and Jackson losing 5. Which is not ideal. So Lewis has somehow managed to find a way into championship point scoring position already. Which is... So... just find a bit, just 1 second. There's Robin trailing very, very close to that Mercedes safety car. Mercedes is winning, everybody. Mercedes is winning.
I've done it again. I've done it again. This is the reason why I need Oh, that was close. And this is why I need reminding, right? I forgot to put my bloody chat in. Give me a sec.
While Clint sorts out his audio issues, I'll just focus on, as Chloe's in the pits again. I'm presuming to get on a set of soft tyres, perhaps? I'm not sure. Oh my goodness.
There we go. There we go.
Right. Have you fixed the issues?
I've fixed the issue. I have fixed the issue. Oh my god, I need shoeing. I swear to god. I need to have a shower.
Skills virus and the seam.
Sweat like a pig.
I don't know what is happening here.
Yeah, skills virus spun.
Oh well, he's not allowed to retake. Well, if he spun, he's not allowed to regain his position. So
no.
That is, well, that is penalty worthy if he actually tries and. Oh, and that is Evan and Nassim colliding there under the safety. I don't know what is going on. That is, I don't know. Oh, and look at that. I mean, I don't know what is happening over here, but please, I just need to tell you that next time, just don't overtake under the safety car, even as a joke. It's not.
Yeah, it's not. The safety car in this lap? No, it's not. Safety car is in this lap. Late call from the safety car. So now Robin will back the field up. Will allow the safety car to go off into the pit lane.
Anyway, restart. It looks like Robin is about to go
Robin
now.
He has gone.
And he has gone. He's got a very good start actually over Juan Hernandez. And the thing, of course, with the restart here is that Hernandez got that between him and Tyler.
Just collected Tyler. No.
Oh, that is nothing more than unfortunate. Oh, that is very, very unfortunate. I'm just going to see Tay up into P3. Lewis is somehow up into P4. It's a Christmas miracle. Seb trying to go dive down his inside and it hasn't worked. Meanwhile, Aston and Nassim battling for actually the final point scoring position. And Aston losing the rear end there, but he just about stays ahead. Well, Nassim stays just ahead.
2.3 second lead.
And that is Virus getting ahead of Seb. And I don't want to curse anybody, but that is Jake Round. That is Jake Round. Oh, the McLarens. Oh, they look in a decent position, but one lap has just undone all their hard work.
Yeah.
And they're both out the points. And Robin is now. Then Lewis, starting last place, is up into P3.
So he's going to want to look to start on that pole position for the main race.
Oh yeah. Well, it's all about if Robin can keep it consistent, which, you know, for his sake, I hope he does. Goes fired up with a 3-second time penalty. He's gone board with Evan in the Aston Martin, looking for P5 against Seb. He's got the outside line for Stowe, which is, in my opinion, the superior line. If you're battling side by side through Stowe, I prefer the outside line to the inside. Oh, and there's a bit of contact there. There's a bit of contact there, but Evan is up into P5. The man from Ireland is looking very strong. And that is Chloe battling, goes fired up for P10. So she's actually recovered quite well. And she's going off track there, but we can know that as Juan Hernandez is now without a front wing, stuck in P13. There's Robin, the gap is 2.6, so Robin actually, you know what, that's the benefits of, I guess, being in first. If you avoid the carnage, then as Chloe is round, I don't know what's happened to her, but she's going to get going again. Lots of carnage. Oh, another goes final again, and inside of the seam there for P9. The soft tyres working well there. The soft tyre runners are working very, very well at the moment. Because I'm so bad at this. There we go. And then we see, yep, soft tyre, the seam. And Ghost Fighter, Ghost Fighter trying to go around the outside of Cops. Of course, he's not going to get it done. The seam very, very smartly placing his car in the best position there to maintain position. But he's very much under pressure right now.
His car in the middle of the circuit though, doesn't it?
Meanwhile, the two Alfa Romeos, will there be a bit of team orders here? It is, team orders, Alfa Romeo working very, very well. That Lewis is up into P2 and he's going to chase Robin for what is going to be P1. Of course, Teo has got Skills Virus right behind him.
There's going to be 3 laps remaining.
There is going to be 3 laps remaining. What can Robin do in response? He's got good ERS. He's set the fast lap of the Grand Prix. Does Lewis respond? Yes, he does. Only 1/10 faster. It's only 1/10 faster though, which is not going to be enough to catch Robin.
No.
And if Robin wins, it'll be his first ever race win here in Torpedo League. So,
first ever sprint race win.
His first ever sprint race, first ever win, first ever podium. Skills Virus came past here, Marinos. So yep, Skills Virus up into P3.
Yeah.
Teo looks like he's going to have to settle. He's going to settle for P4. Looks like it's Teo.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the gap is still 3.4. So I mean, Robin is doing a good job actually managing this so far. Again, he's all on his own, so there's not really any. Lewis is not really right behind him, so there's not really much pressure yet.
To be honest, I don't think Lewis is gonna pressurize too much. He's only taken 2/10 out of him in about 3 quarters of a lap.
I mean, I guess for Lewis, considering Jackson's all the way down in PA. I think this is just about
Yeah.
consolidating what he's already. I mean, he started last, and for him to go from last to second is a very good achievement anyway. So, you know, listen, if Robin makes a mistake, then that's a bonus. But you know, I think for Lewis, going from P16 to P2 is more than enough. A good enough start. That is Jackson making his way up into P7, or is it the outside line proving to be the most effective line? And Robin has spun. Oh, I haven't jinxed him, haven't I? And that's going to see Lewis
Kyle.
up into P1.
Kyle.
No, I didn't say anything. This goes Varus the fault of the Grand Prix. That's Ghost fired up. Was it Ghost fired up spinning? I'm not too sure.
But Robin is not that far behind them.
Not that far behind. So now, and that is Chloe round on the Hamilton straight, and Ghost fired up 3-second time penalty. That is very unfortunate. Now Lewis presumes P1. Last to P1 in the sprint race. Goodness.
Yeah.
That's a very Max Verstappen-like drive right there.
But Robin needs to remember not to lose his head, and he nearly loses the rear end yet
and Lewis
again
actually lost the rear end there as well. And you can see Schools Varus has got a much better run as we head through. Is this sort of Woodcut, I think? Going through Cops now. Dirty are going to be affected Schools Varus just a little bit, as that is Jackson and Seb. Oh, Jackson going to try to go on there side of Cops. He keeps it on track, but Seb is just going to shut the door there a little bit. Yeah, then that is. Now Schools Varus all over the back of Lewis here. Will Lewis defend? I don't think he will.
The RS is enabled. Schools Virus got the better straight line speed, straight down the inside.
The better straight line speed, yeah.
Takes the lead of the race.
And he's up into P1, and it's an Alfa Romeo 2-3 once again. Will Lewis do anything about it? No, he's going to sit back. Oh, and Seb losing the car there. Losing the car, but he's kept it on track. He's going to try and outbrake Aston.
Oh, Lewis is struggling. Lewis is struggling.
The soft tyres from Aston clearly working a lot better at the moment. And he's up into P7. There's Jake Marsh all over the back of the seams at the back of this train. So he's trying to salvage some points for the McLaren team. Will he be able to do it? Is he going to send it over here? He's just going to send it. It's a bit of a half-hearted lunge, if we're honest. And he's spun. I'm so sad I caught that. So many drivers struggling right now.
Who spun?
Jake, and he's lost the position. And if you can iron out those issues now, then
yeah, no, that's true. That's a fair point. You know, get all the spins and all that lot out of the way.
Oh yeah, 100%. Get it all out of the way now. You know.
Yeah, not bad.
Not too bad at all.
No. Robin running a bit wide coming out of.
Well, he's back in DRS range of Teo, but Teo is just about going to have DRS on his teammates, so it's going to be very difficult for Robin to actually get past unless Teo makes a mistake of some sort.
Behind, so Robin needs to. He
needs to get a lot closer. He's got to get, he's got to get a lot closer. He's got to get a lot closer. As Lewis is he's all over the back of Schools Virus here, so this is going to be a very riveting final lap here. As Apollo Aston is still behind Jackson, but he can't get the move done. He cannot get the move done.
Hella late is Robin going into that corner though.
He's catching. He's got the pace, Robin.
Up the front left. He has definitely got the pace, but
he's going to be kicking himself that he made that error, because this could have been a very much could have been a straightforward victory. I think. Both drivers using their ERS now. Well, they're really conserving, so you know, Lewis is already getting to the back of him, but I don't know if it'll be enough. I think this next sort of corners are critical for the way this race is going to end, really. Lewis going to use some DRS here. 5/10 gap, so he's actually losing time. Is he losing time? Looks fairly even. Goes fired up with another second time penalty, but that's not really going to affect him because he's not going to score points. We'll see what can Lewis do, as Robin is very much closer to Teo this time round. Teo is hanging on in there for the DRS.
But I think Schools Virus has managed to stay ahead.
I do think he has managed to stay ahead, yes. I think he's just a bit too far out of reach for Lewis there.
Yeah.
That is Jake Marsh up into P10, and I think Teo is a bit too far out of reach for Robin. So I think it's going to be Schools Virus. It probably will be Schools Virus. He's going to take the victory here.
The final couple of corners.
And that
Crosses
is
the line and wins the sprint race.
fastest lap of the
And
Grand Prix on the final lap as well.
Pole position.
And that is Nassim up into P7 ahead of his teammate Seb. And Aston's going to undercut Seb here. Good move there from Aston, and he's going to start in P7. Evan finishing in P4, having a very much a lonely race. And
Yeah.
Evan P5 and Robin P4. And Alfa Romeo 2-3, so good start for the weekend today. Especially with Ferrari scoring 1 point provisionally.
Herod gets a 5-second penalty for an gets a 5-second unserved penalty. Don't know what that was for.
Yep.
But
probably a collision with Tyler, I think, maybe.
Yeah, probably. But there you have it. Skills Virus will start on pole position for the main race. Lewis will line up alongside.
Yeah, Centeo and P3, Alfa Romeo 2-3. Good points in the battle for Ferrari, because right now it's looking like a 2-horse battle for the championship, for the Constructors' Championship anyway.
Yes,
Alfa Romeo and Ferrari, so Alfa Romeo is certainly leading.
That was a good sprint race, that was.
Yeah. So Robin P4,
enjoyable.
Evan P5, Nassim P6, Aston P7, and Jackson in P8.
Mills in P9 and Jake Marsh P10.
Indeed. So, interesting there.
I wonder what the race is going to be like. Is it going to be wet? Is it going to be dry?
I think it will be dry.
And you are correct there, good sir. Right, tyres. Hard tyres are on.
Indeed. Or hard or mediums, really. It depends what.
Nah, most of them are going to go hards. They're going to go long.
I think so as well.
Going to go for a very long stint and then probably either put the mediums on towards the end or the softs.
Yeah, depends on what time safety car could make or break a race here for people.
True. Very, very true. Dun, 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 dun. I've got that in my head now. As we wait. Predictions, good sir.
Predictions, good sir. I don't know. That's a great prediction from me. You know, I think because this is Torpedo League and everything crazy will happen. I'm going to say that Tyler will somehow win from P14.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Lewis will finish second. I'll put Skills Virus in third.
Okay. I'm going to go with Robin first, Lewis second, and I'm going to say Teo for third.
Okay.
So it's going to be an Alfa Romeo 2-3, but Robin's going to win it, I think. So tyre strategies then, ladies and gents. Skills Virus is opted for the hards. Lewis, Teo, Robin and Evan all on the mediums. Nassim on the hards. Aston on the mediums. Jackson on the hards. Millsy on the mediums. Jake Marsh goes fired up on the hards. Chloe on the mediums. Herod Tyler on the hards. Forever Sin on the mediums. And then Meanweller starts on the hard compound. Ooh. So split strategies all over. Getting thank you so much for those 85 bitties. I appreciate it. Thank you. And Skills Virus is lagging, I think.
Hope he's
It was like 1 minute he was right next to the pack, and then all of a sudden he just teleported up the circuit. I could have been mistaken that, and I could have seen that wrong, but yeah. So there's a pit stop strategies right there from mediums to hards. Looking at about 16 laps.
Indeed. Skills Virus is now gonna
Virus now. Yep.
slow down and if you burn out and line up on his grid slot.
Yep. And he gets it on there perfectly. Lewis as well. Robin's in his slot perfectly.
There's,
Teo in there as well.
It's Aston doing
Looking
burnouts for no good
Oh,
reason.
Nassim gets disqualified for overshotting his grid slot.
So he's gonna be at a disadvantage already at the start. Not great. Not great at all. And Jake has also been disqualified. So that's 2 drivers at a disadvantage.
So here we go then, ladies and gents, calling the race start. Lights are on. Revs are up, and it's lights out, and away we go. Lewis gets a blinder of a start on the inside. Wow.
Teo as well.
Whoa! Look at the other outfit. Alpine
And Jake is out of the session already. Oh, and that's he goes fired up on Chloe out of the session.
Jeez, and there's the first safety car straight away.
And somehow, someway, Apollo Aston has managed to find himself in P2. But Lewis there on the mediums.
There? I completely missed that. That was an absolute.
That was an absolute. So that's 2 McLarens. Well, that's Jake now out off the start. Don't know what happened there.
I have no idea. I need to start watching the starts of these races from the back, you know.
I agree.
Because then we'll be able to pick it up.
Hmm.
But the safety car has been deployed on the first lap. Not even got around turn 3 and the safety car was out. For a massive collision between Chloe goes fired up and Jake Marsh. But Apollo Aston getting an absolute blinder of a start, up 5 positions.
Yeah, somehow found himself. I don't know how he did it, but
He's gone from
somehow
7th all the way to
managed.
second.
He somehow managed to find himself into P2.
Yeah.
Now the Seaman Seb also P4 and 5. And Teo dropping down to P8. Who's anyone going to dive into the pit? No one's diving into the pit other than Tyler. To get off those hards, maybe?
Probably
wing
wing
damage.
damage as well, more than likely.
I'd love to be able to see this, but I can't. But he's lost anyway, so it doesn't really matter. If Treverson is out, he's crashed. That is a
bummer.
That is a bummer indeed. And everyone got 12 drivers, only 12 drivers already, so 4 drivers are out on...
Tyler is changing his front wing.
Well, luckily for him, he's lost.
Yeah.
I don't really know how that's lucky, but... He's lost, so he
will catch up to the pack anyway, regardless.
Yeah, he wouldn't have lost a position, but so far not a good start for him.
So this is the boring bit, ladies and gents.
This is very much the boring bit. We don't know what to talk about.
Yeah, no,
we can talk about Lewis's excellent start off the line. Now the medium tire is obviously going to help him.
I mean, yeah, he had the better traction, absolute better traction off the line. You know, superb start. Skills virus bogged down a hell of a lot, which allowed obviously his teammate just to shoot straight past him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But yeah, it's just wow. Both the Hasses in 4th and 5th at the moment. The Ferraris of Jackson and Herod down in 9th and 10th at the moment. But yeah.
Yeah, this is very much the boring part of the...
Yeah.
I don't really know what to talk about. Tyler's going to come in for a set. Probably going to go back on his hards, I think.
Safety car looks really red.
This track has the Mercedes, you know, isn't it? And some tracks have the...
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. kind of stuck to say, you know, I don't even know what to say now.
I didn't know that either. Not really. Not
Sorry
really
about this,
exciting.
everybody. I know everyone was looking for an exciting race, but when it's a safety car, we've got really nothing to talk about apart from just nothing.
God knows.
Yeah.
Well, at least next time we race in Monaco, there are no safety cars because the glitch is still there.
True. Very true.
So. Yeah. Oh man. Oh.
Which will be
We'll
in
be
2
yawning.
weeks' time.
It'll be in 2 weeks' time. There's no race next week. So.
Yes, no race next week as Monsieur Kyle is got family business to attend to.
So it's not a death, by the way. Before that sounded very.
No.
That sounded. If anyone's curious, no one's died, but everyone's alive still. Everyone's alive still.
Everyone's still alive and kicking.
Exactly.
You know, so safety car should come in this lap,
Indeed it will.
and we will get back racing.
Yep. Hopefully we will.
And there's the call. So Lewis will back the field up now, allow the safety car to head off ahead into the pit lane.
So half the grid on mediums, half the grid on hards. So interesting strategies there. Pretty much got a mixture of the two. As Lewis is definitely going to have the advantage here. Again,
yes,
with the way that the finish line is, and it comes right after a corner, it's really... There's not much to be gained from a safety car restart if you time it well, really. If you're in the mid-pack. As Lewis taking it really slowly here as I'm yawning. He's very much unprofessional. He hasn't even gone yet. He's leaving it really late, which is very interesting.
And he's
going to go now, and Aston has actually done well to stay with him.
Yeah, he has indeed. ERS has been deployed. Oh, and the Polo actually goes a bit wide.
He just goes
through turn one.
Oh, and that is Seb trying to get past his teammate here, but he doesn't. But you know, Nazim firmly shuts the door.
From Evan there.
Oh, and that is Apollo Aston into the gravel.
Oh no!
And his good
Seb
start
to get past his
has been
teammate.
ruined. Meanwhile, Seb Mills, he finished P4 last week, break extremely early for that corner.
Yeah.
Nasim.
I don't know if he let his
oh,
teammate
that's
back
contact between Robin and Evan as well.
Oh dear.
Lots of contact.
Don't know if Evan's got wing damage or anything.
It doesn't look like
But
it.
he's
Like
now
he
got the likes of Herod right next to him. Herod
like
gets
he was
past.
tagged in the rear there for Evans. I think he'll be alright. Meanwhile, the gap for Lewis, 1.2 seconds out in front. Very much looking like a real champion here at the moment, even though he's not won it yet, but so he's aiming for. And
Teo
so far, so good.
At the moment.
Oh, and that is Robin
Robin
round. And that looked like just an error.
Round.
That is, I think, what they call an unforced error there.
Yeah, that was a driver error, a bit too much wheel spin. Ooh.
Oh, and he cuts about the Alpine there, but he gets away with it. He gets away with it.
Luckily he's not too far away from the pack. He's just got to keep the car in a straight line now. Just be careful not to spin the tyres. Lewis, fastest lap of the race so far, 1:31.3.
Indeed.
1.3 seconds clear of Skills Virus. Got both the Hasses behind in DRS still.
Indeed. Now, of course, the F1 Esports, I think the most recent race was Silverstone around here. So
yeah,
maybe they could potentially be basing their strategies off
looking
the
to get past Herod down the inside.
Oh, through entry, that's not really a place where you see much of overtakes. One of them just have more Shayline speed, but Evans got the superior time.
Ooh, God.
He's got Tyler right behind him.
Allow Tyler right behind him.
Yeah, Evan really not that aggressive was Evan, which is a bit interesting. If you think he was more forceful, he could have got the move done.
Yeah.
So, let's have to wait and see on that one. How that battle plays out. Of course, he's got Tyler right behind him as well. Tyler needs to start cutting through the field, but there's a lot. It's really much a DRS change from Skills Virus down to Tyler, really.
Yeah, it is.
Seb as well, maybe.
Like, well, actually, no, Seb's just out of DRS.
Yeah,
now.
but everyone's very much close to each other.
Yeah.
This is Evan trying to get past one, but he's a bit too far. He needs DRS, definitely.
Yeah, which will no doubt be enabled this lap.
Indeed.
Tired, mate.
Apparently I am. There's another fast lap of the Grand Prix at 1:31.1. So he's looking strong at the moment. The mean tie is working very, very well for him at the moment.
Yeah. Harold's struggling.
Oh, well, Robin now with a fast lap of the Grand Prix. So Robin definitely has the pace. Well, he had the pace, but if you can't keep it in a straight line, the pace is irrelevant, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he can break a lot later than Aston does as well, even though they're on the same tyre. So Robin has a lot more confidence in the car, but it's just about actually translating that into actual points finishes.
Oh, Teo trying to get past Millsy here.
Seb hanging on. Oh, but it's going to be the over and under here. Teo's going to get a good run, but Seb is going to defend up the Cops. Unless Teo's going to think about going around the outside. Oh, but Seb can just hold on.
Of it. Oh, both. Look at this fight between these two drivers.
Seb is really holding up Teo here. This is not what he needs.
No, he's not indeed. But Teo is definitely the quicker out of the two.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But Seb is doing well to defend.
But it looks like Teo is going to get an easy.
Yeah, he's going to get a move down here. Look.
Yep, down the inside.
Straight away, down the inside.
To the right. Yeah.
See you later. Ta-da.
Bit of a push.
Tap in the rear end and on, and wow, what a massive tuck slapper there from Seb.
That is Tyler up into P8 ahead of Evan. Evan, she's not to find
Jackson
that.
now up to P5.
Lewis on the fast lap of the
on 30.8.
Looking good. Jackson, Teo push him along. That's Evan round. That is Evan round, and he's now in last place on track. I don't know if that was contact or that was just an unforced
and
error.
Herod just lost places to Tyler there.
He did lose a place to Tyler there.
Trying to avoid that contact.
So Tyler's now on a mission to get back up the grid. No DRS.
For Jackson here.
Indeed.
Theo is sitting duck. As he doesn't have the DRS from Nassim.
Oh,
and he just gets a 3-7.
That is Evan round again. No Evan. Payne. He's doing so well.
Tyres are going to be cooked.
So Evan needs a safety car to come out immediately.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Soon enough.
I agree.
Anyway. So far, Lewis looking very much more comfortable on those mediums. Working very, very well for him at the moment. And Skills Virus just in B2. I mean, it seems hanging on in there. Fair play to him. But it's very, very close to that 1 second gap. So I won't be surprised if the team falls out of the DRS soon. Meanwhile, Jackson's still behind Tay, so you have still got a bit of a DRS train here. Drivers aren't really moving forward.
Yeah. Jackson is being held up at the moment. Goes just out of the DRS range now. Teo is pulling away.
Indeed. And the team is now out of the DRS of the Skills Virus. Is Tyler getting past Seb?
Tyler getting, yeah. What a move.
Seb's going to try and go through the loop. But that's not really going to work, is it?
Nope,
Tyler's got much more speed through here.
Yes, he has, but he has got the DRS. But
he has got the DRS. Tyler's going to try and defend here. He was going to be the last of the late breakers. Tyler breaks. Looks like Tyler breaks later.
Look at that.
Yep, Tyler up into P6. Good progression here from
racing there. Good racing by them too.
Indeed. A Seb with a bit of a wall spin moment there. Juan Hernandez just can't get past him. Seb's going to defend that, of course.
So I reckon this race is going to come down to pit stops to determine who's going to be.
Indeed, because the grid has very much fallen away. Like the gaps are very much increasing.
Oh, stop yawning.
Yeah, well, yawning is contagious, isn't it?
no sugar, Sherlock.
No sugar, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Anyway, Juan Hernandez is going to move up into P7, it looks like. Yeah, he is. No, he's not. Seb defending admirably, but I'm going to bet my life that Juan will try and make a move here. No, Seb placing his car in the... Oh, but Juan is going to try and go around the outside. Who's got more grit? Oh, I don't know if he has enough. He might have enough, but he's not going to get it done.
No. These two fighting right now. Oh, a massive lock up at the brakes there from her. Yellow
that
flag
is
sector
Apollo
1.
Aston who spun.
Oh, Millsy is round.
Oh, is that contact or was that just a...
No, I
an
think that
error?
was a bit of wheel spin.
It's a bit of wall spin.
Kind of just took the car out.
As Tyler is now up into P5.
Yeah, getting past Jackson there.
Indeed he does, indeed he does. So next up for him is the first half is Alfa Romeo of Teo. See how much pace Tyler's got on clean air compared to the guys in front of him. You can still get podium here. You can. This is Robin 3-second time penalty. Is there any really, not really anyone too close at the moment?
I was one of them got to sleep today, Dave.
Let's see, nothing much going on. Again, just sort of everyone's separate from each other. It's Tyler fast out of the Grand Prix, so he's got the pace looking good as Tyler. He's got the hard tyres as well, so that's going to be very, actually, it's going to be comforting knowledge for Tyler. He can actually set the fast lap at this section, at this stage of the race. Very good, that's very good for him. If he can keep going on and closing in, then this will be...
He's closing.
He's closing. So the Grand Prix also, that pace is very strong for Tyler.
Yes, it is indeed. He is on the hards. Obviously, the mediums are going to start falling off now.
Indeed, as Teo is now in the DRS and the seam, so that's going to make it a bit harder for Tyler to catch up.
But is struggling though.
Indeed,
Robin
he's
gets
struggling.
past Weller.
Yes, he does. Up into P8 is Robin. Into P8, meanwhile Teo is now 5.5 tenths behind the seam, so we could be seeing Teo up into P3 by the end of the straight. The ERS situation a lot more favourable too. See what Teo can do. Is he going to go for it? Looks like he will go for it here. Doesn't look like Nassim is defending much. He is not defending at all. And that is Teo up into P3. So Alfa Romeo 1 and 3 at the moment. And if Alfa Romeo can have a double podium in both races, I think that will probably see them in the lead of the championship, and they'll be absolutely delighted with that if they can hold on to this result.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to lose the rear end there as I say that. Oh, that was another. That would have been another case of commentator's curse there, but luckily, luckily he didn't spin. Because that is Juan Hernandez getting overtaken by Robin. Oh no, he's has to he's let Juan back through. Don't know what happened there.
I think Robin is...
Maybe he was overtaken off track, maybe there was a bit of contact, I don't know, but whatever it was, good sportsmanship I say. Because Tyler very much just closed the gap to the front, the two in front of him. There's Teo with a 3-second time penalty, so that's interesting. Not ideal for Teo. It definitely does seem that Nassim has maybe a bit more lower downforce setup, it looks like. I'm not too sure. That's Teo running wide again, it looked like on Cox. So he's got to sort of tone it down and running wide. He's got to be careful, you know. He can't be costing us opposition with the penalty. You know, he's already got one. Yeah. And he's really the only one. He's the only one out of the top guys that has one. So
yeah,
he's really got to be careful about this one. So we're going to see Lewis dive into the pit lane. Yes, we are. Lewis into the pits. So, and he sped into the pits.
Oh no!
Now the pit, Teo is also into the pits.
Race over.
Well, unless Varas makes the same mistake or makes a spin or something.
True. Very easy to.
It is very easy to speed there. It's an awkward pit lane.
It is.
Because Alfa Romeo got double stack here.
37 miles per hour speed limit. But it's very slow. So both the Alfa Romeos have pitted.
Indeed, Teo's going to lose a bit of time, not too much, but he's going to come out probably in P11. Lewis comes out behind Aston. Is he going to come out ahead of Evan? I don't think he will, or if he does, it's going to be very, very close. He comes out just ahead of Evan.
Yeah.
Going to take a bit of time for the cold tries to heat up though. All bit of contact between two of them there. I think Evan, just by virtue of having warmer tyres, is going to get past him easily. Yeah, he is. Cold tyres going to play a big part in this. It's very hard to warm up the hards. This Tyler is now within DRS range of Nassim here, so Tyler looking strong. Tyler could be looking at a P2 potentially with Lewis's penalty. You know,
Yeah.
This is actually quite interesting. If he can close up, that is. And he's going to be in the fast and medium tyre too for his final stint. So Tyler is going to be one to watch in this race. Jackson has already fallen off Tyler. Evan with a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah. Oh, getting a penalty there. Oh, and a massive tank slapper there from Tyler. Coming out of Stowe. Keeps it in a straight line.
DRS of Evan, so Lewis is going to be helped by having DRS here. Meanwhile, Robin into the pits. He's going to go on a set of hard tyres. Seb also into the pit lane. Being careful not to speed here, and he doesn't speed. Aston's going to stay out, so Skills Varsicle staying out for longer, because he's on the harder tyre. Probably pit within the next 2 or 3 laps, if I'm not mistaken. There's Nassim, P2 Tyler's in.
I'll probably say 3 laps maximum, and then he'll pit.
3 laps maximum.
They've got to be around 50. No.
Indeed.
We're going to start getting in punchy territory soon.
Yeah. So now, can Lewis get past Evan here? He really has to, so for the sake of his race, I think. He's really got to get past Evan, but Evan will defend this. He's going to burn his DRS. And Lewis is just going to be a bit short here. And this is not going to help his race at all.
No.
As you can see, he's got a lot more grip than... He's got a lot more grip than the Irishman. The Aston Martin here again, a bit of a wheel spin there on the exit of Luffield. Going through. He's going to come through Cop's corner now. Meanwhile, Tyler up into P2.
Nicely done from Tyler there.
Done for Tyler, and he's up on the podium. He's up in the podium position at the moment. He's not on the
they're
podium.
going side by side through Maggotts and Beckett's, and Lewis just about scrapes in front.
Nassim into the pits. He's going to be the first of the hard runners to make a pit stop.
But Lewis does not have DRS.
Indeed, Tyler fast after the Grand Prix as well. So the hard tie is still working very, very well. Oh, Lewis is going to be able to brake later and probably going to be able to shut Evan out, I think. Yeah, he is. Will Evan go for it down the inside here? He chooses not to wisely, probably. Nassim coming into the pits, putting on the medium tyres. And he's going to come out behind Evan. He's going to probably slot between Evan and... No, Evan. He's going to slot in between, Evan and Teo.
Yeah.
Indeed. It doesn't look like he's going to be within 5 seconds off. Yeah, Nassim's not within 5 seconds of Lewis, so... He's got a bit of work to do, cap 5.7, 6.2. He's got a bit of work to do to get within those 5 seconds. He's currently around maybe 7, 8. He's got he went off the track there. Cold tyres really are a pain. But he's ahead of Teo, so I guess that's good for him. I'm not sure. Meanwhile, he's seen still...
Lewis right up the gearbox of Apollo Aston now. 5/10 splits in both.
Indeed he is.
Oh, Apollo Aston gets a terrible run out of the corner. And Lewis just sweeps straight past.
Easiest move he's ever going to have.
Yep.
You know, does he see him hit? No, Skills Virus stays out.
5-second penalty to contend with.
Yeah, so Lewis has just really got to push the whole way now. There's Nassim with a 3-second time penalty, so his chance of a podium probably out the window now.
Yep.
Jackson into the pits. One and under, his teammate staying out.
Yeah. Jackson on the mediums now.
Indeed he is. Where is he going to come out is the real question. Probably Evans pits will probably come out behind Aston. If I've calculated this correctly.
He's going to come out behind Aston. Yeah.
If calculated this correctly, he's going to come behind Aston. Maybe actually might come ahead of behind Nassim actually.
He's just come through. He's just gone across the line now.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be very close. Yeah, he's going to come behind Nassim. He's going to come behind Teo as well. So
yeah.
That's not too bad for Jackson.
Tire,
he's on the faster tyre, but he's got a bit of warm-up to contend with.
Yeah.
But still a chance of a good result here for Jackson. just have to wait and see what happens with that. Meanwhile, nothing really going on at the moment. Jackson doing his absolute best to try and keep up with Teo. Of course, you know, the new rule is that he can't have...
to stick within that DRS and he should be alright.
Just that when you can't have the pitch of cold tyres, so that was a new rule introduced in Formula 1 this year, which I'm a fan of personally. I like it.
It actually creates some really good
and Tyler's the second victim of...
happens.
The second victim of speeding in the pit lane. It must be a very common mistake to make. I haven't done a legal race around here, so well, I mean, in the past I've done it before. I can remember speeding in the pits before around here. It's a very easy mistake to make, so I'm not gonna like hold them. I'm not gonna hold it against them. So Skills Virus staying out.
Nah.
So
it happens. You know what I mean? It happens. You know, you forget where to brake, and then all of a sudden you're at the line, and then boom.
Literally.
You know?
So Lewis is going to go through now, so that's going to maybe secure Lewis's P2 position. There's Nassim, part of the Grand Prix, 129.9. And he's going to come out ahead of, he's going to come out behind Tyler, but they both have penalties, so Tyler's maybe overcast kind of worked just a little bit. Of course, Tyler's
tires are fully warmed up now, and he is gaining on
Teo. He's Teo. And unlike Teo, he doesn't have a penalty, so...
No, he doesn't.
That's the thing, but I don't know how much time again. I don't know how much time we lose around here in a pit stop. 30 seconds, I want to say. Another gap between
24 seconds. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. We'll have to wait and see. All you're seeing coming to the pits, or will you say because his tires are still in good condition? Yes, he enters the pits now, and he doesn't speed, so that's already. So that's a good for your scene already. He hasn't actually sped, so
yeah,
that's a positive. And Juan Hernandez is going to take the lead of the Grand Prix and probably hope that a safety car comes out. That'll be absolutely golden.
Jackson cut in the corner there from on the last part of Maggots Beckett, so
Tyler up in P4 by the way. Skills Virus is now coming out of the pit, and Lewis will stay ahead of him. Be interesting to see where he comes out in relation, as Lewis running on a bit wide there. And you can see Lewis ahead of him there. The gap is 1.4, so the gap is closed. So staying out longer has helped him to see him up into P5 now off the Grand Prix.
Yeah. Oh, Skills Virus running. No, that's Apollo Aston. Running really wide there.
Indeed it is.
Oh, he's got a flat tyre. He's got a flat tyre.
He's punctured.
He's got a flat rear.
Tire. Oh, that's must be annoying.
He's got a flat rear.
Oh yeah, he's gone too long on that set of tyres for sure.
Oh no.
And that is Jackson getting past Teo. Oh, Jackson trying to get past Teo, I think it is.
Is that going to promote a safety car though?
I don't think it will. He's still moving, so I don't think it will.
Thank you, baby, for giving the Mega Theory that shout out. Thank you.
I don't think he'll bring out a safety car unless someone else just happens to spin. At that moment, there's Teo going completely off track there. Seb with a 3-second time penalty.
So, Herod will come into... No, Herod stays out. Oh,
I'm guessing maybe he's hoping that a safety car will come out, perhaps?
Maybe. I mean...
That is Teo probably going to get back past Jackson. Yeah, it is. And Aston is going to have to do the slow limp back to the pits, and his race is going to go from bad to worse. He'll probably get lapped by Juan before he's able to get back into the pits. Not great. Not great. It's very unlucky.
He's not careful, he's going to get lapped here.
He'll get lapped. That's
Yeah. No, that's a given.
That's a given. His race is done.
Oh, that is the first time I've seen that happen.
Yeah, it's the first time for a long while. Getting a flat tire just purely by driving, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
it was on that set of mediums far too long.
Yeah, you can see it now. He's struggling.
Yeah.
The 4F1 and is going to get past him through here. And Juan's been on his tyres for 17 laps, so he's got to hope that he doesn't get punctured. But the hards last longer, so I think he'll be in a much more safer position than Aston was. And so, on lap 18 to be lap 19, he does come into the pits. Would he go in a set of soft tyres, maybe? That Skills Varus at the fastest sector 2 of the race so far. So it looks like it's going to be a double for Skills Varus, which would be thoroughly impressive. I mean, he actually won the sprint race in Miami, so
yeah,
he'll take both sprint. So if the race if the race ends, well, I mean, I'm presuming he's. I mean, yeah, if there's no penalties that will be announced, then he will have won both the sprint races, and I think he'll be the first driver to take a sprint race and actual 4-race W. But it's a long way to go, of course. He could make an error. For all we know, that is Juan Hernandez coming out in P7, P8 behind Robin. Yeah, it is. I'm going to be looking to make up the lost time and potentially try and get maybe P5. Soft tyres are going to work very well. 73-second temp penalty. That cost him the last point scoring position to Evan. Aston's going to come out on a set of hard. I should have just gone for the softs. Could have tried it. Maybe go for fast lap or something. I don't know. But anyway. Gap is now under a second between Skills and Lewis, so
just keeping on board with these two at the moment.
And he stays in P2. Tyler, meanwhile, having kind of after making his way through the field, Tyler really is having just a boring race in P3, isn't he? And just sort of, he's just chilling there. And that will be McLaren. If the race finishes the way if the race finishes as it stands, it'll be McLaren's second, third place finish in a row. I mean, the third podium in a row as well. Of course, Tyler won in Hungary. So McLaren not doing too badly, even though Jake is out of the race. It's not been too bad for McLaren. It's a long way to go, though, of course. And that is Juan ahead of Robin. Oh, that is Juan. That was Juan ahead of Robin, and that is Juan and Robin both into a wall there. I don't know what happened.
Oh dear.
But that should never be happening in any race at all, and
yep.
I expect the stewards will be very much looking at that one. I don't know what that was, but that looked very, very dangerous. And that's going to bring Mimla 1 up into P7. Don't know what that was there, but we move on. Juan trying to get down the inside for his second attempt, and yeah, gets to move down. He's up into P8. And you know what, into P7, just chilling on his own there. And we have a swap for the lead as well. So it's finally up into P1. And his strategy staying on the hards looks like it was the correct one. Again, not much to report on. It's really Jackson's behind Teo, that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson will end up jumping up one position, but...
Maybe two, actually. I don't know. How many points did you see? I mean, oh, and the seam was 3 seconds. So right now... So right now he's within the 3 seconds. Barely, of course. Barely. As Robin entering the pits. Evans up into P9 here.
I don't think he's going to be close enough for...
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Jackson's still struggling to get past Teo here. He's gaining ever closer, but he's not close enough, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like this race is, for the most part, is done, probably, in terms of where drivers will finish.
Yeah. From 7th back all the way back to 12th, we're pretty much spread out, so there's not really much happening there. The only battles that were happening is between Lewis's Skills and Jackson and Tail. But there is Apollo Aston trying to get past Jackson there to unlock himself.
And he's got faster tyres as well, so it's going to be a bit of a hindrance to the view of Jackson, but hey ho, what can you do, I guess. I mean, this will help Teo as well, because Teo will probably get DRS from Aston, so this will potentially help him. He'll close into Nassim as well, so not bad for Teo. I think Teo will get a bit of good fortune here. Oh, and Teo breaking a bit too late there, running a bit too deep for the corner. It will not help him in his course to hold off Jackson.
Jackson right behind Teo right here.
He is right behind him.
Nearly slamming into his gearbox.
And Aston with the fast lap of the Grand Prix, so I guess that's a personal achievement, I suppose, for him. Yeah, I mean, Teo's not in the DRS in the seam, so I think if Jackson just stays behind him, we'll get P4. So
I think Jackson's had a bit of a wobbly somewhere because he's dropped a hell of a lot of time here.
He has, but I mean, he's going to push now, just keeping the DRS. As long as he keeps keeping the DRS, I think he'll get P4 just off penalties alone. So it's not too bad for him, but again, overall, Alfa Romeo is going to outscore Ferrari here, which is not great for the hopes of the Ferrari. There's a yellow flag, and that is Robin. His race is going to come back to us.
Yeah, spun on it.
Oh, and there's Aston spinning into the wall, and he's out of the race. Would there be a late safety car? That's the question. That could very much change things.
No.
Ooh, doesn't it like a safety car will come out? So I think you're going to go green to the end. Oh, lap 24. Yeah, that's 24. Yeah. Maybe if, if it happened a lap earlier, I think it would have been touch and go. But now Teo's all over the back of Nassim here, as Robin in another recent time, but that doesn't matter.
Robin gets a penalty.
Yeah, but his easy race is done. Unless someone ahead of him crashes in the last remaining laps. But he's been lapped, so it looks like this race will be the same to the end. But Lewis is actually all over the back of School's virus here, so maybe the hard tyres are back. Are now the fastest race tyre, it seems, compared to the mediums. Well, even though the mediums are only 7 laps old, for you seem, so should be very interesting. As Teo up into P4, getting past Nassim. And Nassim is using time penalty, he's almost certainly going to drop to P6. Moving on's too far back, so it won't be P7, but yeah, P6 for Nassim, it looks like. As they start the penultimate lap. And that's a Robin retiring from the race.
Yeah. He's hard in the pit lane, so it won't impede the drivers too much. Or Nassim looking down the outside of Teo here.
Oh, but Teo's going to shut the
Trying
door
to
just
cut
a
in
little
on
bit.
the inside.
Mm.
The door opened a bit and it touched wheels.
They do touch wheels as Seb is in the pit lane, and he's going to go for the fast lap of the Grand Prix at the end. And Teo's going to just hang on there for P4. I mean, I don't know how they're battling, because, I mean, the finishing order is going to be probably Jackson P4, Teo P5, and Nassim P6, so...
But Nassim is definitely the quicker driver at the moment. Teo is struggling.
Yeah, but he stays ahead, this Teo.
The skills virus now on the final lap of this race. Got Lewis right up his gearbox.
Yeah, on to the last lap here, and yeah, Skills Virus is gonna go for 2 for 2 here. Very good drive from him. Picked the correct strategy, and has really been in control of his own race.
But Lewis is doing well to keep it keep right behind him, to keep him within that DRS.
He's keeping him honest, and it was a shame that Lewis actually did speed in the pit lane, because that kind of ruined what could have been a great end to this race.
Yeah, it could have been.
But yeah, I think he seemed to be very happy with the fact that he was able to finish in P1 and P1.
I think Lewis is just biding his time now, just in case. Obviously, if Skills Virus does tend to get a penalty, then...
Indeed.
But it's too late for that.
It looks fairly elementary now. Yeah, he's going to probably take P1, and Lewis is going to take P2 and extend the championship lead as well.
Yes, indeed. Tyler has definitely done that really well.
Very, very well to get down to P3. And is that Nassim who's made an error? Oh, he's got a puncher, Nassim. Wow. Oh, he's got a puncher as well.
Front left, yeah.
So Mimina 1 is going to see himself move on to P6. I should react with more carnage, but...
Coming round the final corner to win the Silverstone Grand Prix.
Indeed.
Great drive there from Skills Virus, very well driven.
Brilliant
Lewis,
drive there.
Good drive from Lewis as well, minus the 5-second penalty that's speeding pit lane, but it happens to the best of us.
And Tyler's going to cross the line in P3. Taylor's going to cross the line in P4, but he's going to lose that position to fellow Italian team and English driver Jackson, who's going to finish in P4, 10 P5. Moving 1 is somehow going to come across in P6, and Nassim is going to have to nurse that puncher to the line, and he's going to finish in probably P8. Yeah, one is going to finish P7. Oh, Nassim's struggling here. He's very much struggling. 12 laps seems to be the...
Yeah, look at that tyre, looks battered.
Can Evan maybe get P8 here? Oh, it's going to be interesting finish on the line.
Oh, he's got it! He just picked it.
He has got it. Oh, by 1.5 tenths.
I know.
Evan there just about finishing pit, and Seb's going to pick up the last point.
Seb coming round the final...
What sector? Really?
Well, yeah, second sector. Is it going to be purple? No, it's not. He's not going to get the fastest lap.
Well, he could. He might be, if he knows the final sector. You never know. You never know. Would he get the fastest lap? Let's hope he gets the fastest lap.
He's the only driver left in the top 10, so the point will stick. Oh,
and fast lap attempt is gone.
He binned it.
But he's got a point anyway for his troubles.
Yeah, he's definitely got a point for that. But nonetheless, great entertaining race. Good sprint, good qualifying, good normal race. Great job. Grant Tyler, driver of the day, very well deserved, I might add. Had a great drive today, minus the penalties, but still. Very good. Very, very good.
Very good, so we're seeing going 2 for 2. First time that's ever happened in the history of Torpedo League, so he's a history maker.
He's still Virus taking his top step. Lewis and Tyler either side of him.
Yeah. It's a shame he's not been racing. He's not made that many appearances this season, because he could have been a serious contender for the championship battle, I think.
Agreed.
Well, listen, there's a long way to go anyway. There's still like half the...
Yeah, still got over half to go.
He's got a race to go. So yes, Ghostwire's collecting.
Yeah.
Well, he's one short of maximum points because he didn't get the fast lap. Because that went to Robin, who didn't finish.
Oh, yeah.
The fast lap wasn't even that much. It was actually only very marginal. A very marginal difference. So, yeah. 33 points, and Lewis with 25 and Tail with 16. So Alfa Romeo, the big winners here in the weekend, I think.
Virus wasn't that far off the fastest lap, to be honest.
He wasn't, so he could have. He was very close to collecting the full 34 points.
I would, in all fairness, obviously because Robin didn't finish, I would probably say give Skills Virus the fastest lap because he actually finished.
No one gets a fast lap. If he finished in the top 10.
No, that's fine. That is fine. That's perfectly fine. I'll just shut up.
It's a good suggestion.
So, thoughts? What was your thoughts on that race?
I think the sprint race is more exciting than the main race.
Yep. One, because it's only 9 laps. You know, so pretty much it's all-out carnage throughout the start to finish. You know. Yeah, I definitely want to know what happened at the start of the main race, though, to be honest, between the back markers. Because I think Jake Marsh spun on the start of the sprint, literally just slammed the accelerator down and just spun the rear end straight away. I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, who knows? Well, I think that's done, isn't it?
It's done. That's done for
2 weeks.
For 2 weeks. Yeah, no race next week, unfortunately. But the week after that, we'll be back for Monaco.
Yes, round 9.
Round 9 for what should be. I mean, that's going to be chaotic, really.
Oh god, Monaco is not the easiest circuit to overtake on, and it's sure as hell going to create some absolute carnage. You know, which is exciting in a way, but it can be frustrating at the same time. Because, you know, there's going to be quite a few DNFs.
Indeed.
You know, but we'll see. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. But anyway, thank you.
Well, there you go. Indeed, thank you. The YouTube and the Twitch.
And yeah. We'll see you in 2 weeks. So goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
And we'll see you next time, everyone.
Yes.